All right, Shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Udash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. All right, it's going to be a quick, update, on what's happening. As of today, you have September 8th, 2021, where there's an article from Yahoo News, and it says, "What is the Nipah virus, and why is it more deadly than the Sicky Vicky?" Okay, so there's this outbreak of a new pathogen, which is starting in India. Okay, say it killed a 12-year-old boy, and they're saying that it's much deadlier than this Crown Vicky, and that they're basically trying to prevent the spread of it, but it's turning out to be a pathogen of concern. Okay, now amidst all this, before I get into this article, this is a video that the elder I put in our group chat, and you had an earthquake. Now I believe this is a 7.1 earthquake or so, and it hit Mexico, and I believe it hit last night because I did get the notification last night. And in this video, you're gonna see you have blue lights, okay, in the skies as the earthquake is hitting. All right, which hey, the Lord did prophesy of these things. Okay, he prophesied of signs in the heavens, all right, and in the earth before his return. So these things aren't happening just by coincidence. Now, when we get to the last scene, you'll see it basically looks like, like the end of the world. Okay. And speaking of which, let me pull up one more thing real quick. Which, if you search this up, it'll show you. Let me put it on here. All right, blue lights, in the sky during a hurricane. I said a hurricane. During an earthquake in Mexico. Just put blue lights in sky during earthquake in Mexico. Here you go. New York Post. Now there's a video in here that I want to pull up of one of the scenes. And when you look at it, man, it just looks it just looks like just chaos, like the end of the world. Okay, so yeah, so you see, and it was bright, big bright blue lights, as you'll see in the video when I play it. But I want to play this one first. Look at that. And there's only more to come. Once this page loads, it's running a little slow for some reason. Let's see. All right, so let me close this out, and let's come back here. So let's play this real quick.
Para acá. Está cerrado, pero el otro no.
As you can see, the Lord is visiting the earth, which he made. All right, look at that. Blue lights, red lights. Okay, play it one more time. In the midst of an earthquake. Man, so can you only imagine, the day of the Lord when Yahweh Shai actually makes his return? Boy, it's going to be crazy. And you could hear the fear, right? You could hear the fear in the voice, right? She's breathing heavy, the fear is setting in. Now wait till the Lord starts bringing these things, on steroids all over the world, different various plagues, these crazy violent earthquakes, all right, different lights in the skies, thunderings, lightnings, crazy simultaneous natural disasters, lights going out. And you notice when the lights went out, that's when you heard the scream. The concern really set in. All right. So when we tell you these things are gonna get bad, man, they're gonna be crazy to even look at. I'm gonna play it one more time. See, everybody's fleeing, man. But where are you gonna go to? All right, in the day of the Lord, where will you flee? All right, and this is up on the channel 7 Yahweh, and the brother put some precepts here, which I don't know exactly what it says, but they put the name of the Lord and all, so they must know some extent of the truth. All right, so Matthew 24:7, it says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom," and this was a part of the signs that would be happening before the Lord's return. "And there shall be famines and pestilences," right? You got Siki Vicky, now you got the Nipah, right? It says, "And pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places, all these are what? The beginning of sorrows." So that's why these things are happening now, because it's the beginning of what's to come. All right, these are all part of prophecy, and it's only going to get worse, because earthquakes could hit at any moment. All right, at any magnitude, and you just there, you just start feeling things shaking, the ground breaking, buildings falling. So the Most High is getting ready to really put hell upon this earth, like nothing that's been seen before. All right, you need to get your mind ready for that. So since we mentioned pestilence amidst all this, all right, there's been talks about this, but it hasn't really gone mainstream, like heavily yet. All right, but if they start saying this thing is spread to other countries, you're gonna start to see a big, talks about it, because they're saying that this right here, all right, is deadlier than the Siki Vicky. So let me read this, and it says, "Officials in India are racing to contain, all right, an outbreak that has claimed the life of a 12-year-old boy and is deadlier than the Crown Vicky, the Nipah virus." All right, CBS News reports the boy was taken to the hospital last week in the southern Kerala state with a high-grade fever and suspected brain inflammation. After blood tests, he was diagnosed with the Nipah and died Sunday. Officials are using contact tracing, Q, and hospitalization on the 188 people who have come in contact with the preteen to prevent a widespread outbreak. But who knows? It might already be too late for that. But we're gonna keep watching this to see how it progresses. But don't be shocked if this becomes another thing as well, because remember, the prophecy, Yahweh Shai said, pestilence is. It's not gonna be just one or various strains alone. You're gonna have various different kinds. All right. And who knows? This might actually be a more severe, serious, intense one. But let's see. It says this is one of those V's, those pathogens, all right, the things we really need to pay attention to. Okay, John Lednicki, a research professor at the University of Florida's Environmental and Global Health Department, told USA Today, you need to pay attention to this. It says the reemergence of the Nipah is compacting a problem in the nation already grappling with effects from the Sicky Vicky, with over 30,000 new cases reported on Monday. So while while you're dealing with one, here comes another one. All right. So it says here, what is the Nipah V? The Nipah V was first discovered in Malaysia and Singapore in 1999 after multiple pigs and people became sick, according to the center. You know, you got to be real careful because now you say anything and it's over. So to the center, it says so far the only recorded outbreaks have occurred in Asia. It's classified as a zoonotic V that initially spreads from animals to people. It can also be transmitted through contaminated food and directly between people. See, that's where the problem is. Now, they're saying with this that it's bad because it's deadly, but it's not as transmissible as the Sicky Vicky. Okay, so now if they, as they follow it more and start to realize, if they start saying that it's more transmissible now, or it's very transmissible with its high mortality rate, then that could be another problem on the world's hands. Because the Lord is just, look, the Lord is calm. He's chill. All right. He's just releasing these things at the appointed time. Because they will happen. And there is no running away or stopping it. Now it says the host of the V is fruit bats, also known as flying foxes because of their large size. Lednicki said pigs are highly susceptible to the V and can come in contact with it through fruit material the bats have been consuming. Okay. It says keeping a very close eye on it. What we know about the mu. What does that have to do with this? But let's see. It says other domestic animals like horses, goats, sheep, cats, and dogs can become infected, according to the center. Unsuspecting humans may also come into effect with the contaminated fruit and become infected. Okay, so it says there's probably an underestimate of people who have been infected with the V due to people not being properly diagnosed. It says here the symptoms of the Nipah vary from asymptomatic to acute respiratory respiratory infection, and at its worst, encephalitis, a swelling of active tissue in the brain that can be fatal. Okay? Infected people can experience sore throat, fever, headaches, and muscle pains. If the infection progresses, dizziness and altered consciousness could be signs of encephalitis. All right? It says here the start of symptoms ranges from 4 to 14 days after exposure, and there are currently no Vanessas available to treat this thing. So if you get it, it says here that there's no good treatment for it. Lednicki said. They put you in the hospital, but there's really nothing much else they can do for you. See? So you're done. It says who reports that 40% to 75% of Nipah cases are fatal compared to the Sicky Vicky 19 fatality rate of around 2%. Look at what they're doing over this, which has a kill rate of 2%. And now imagine if you had a pandemic of something that had a kill rate of 40 to 75%. 2% compared to 40 to 75%. It says, should people in U.S. be worried? Lednicki said, people in the U.S. don't need to worry much about Nipah because it has been isolated to Asia regions where fruit bats live. But there's always a chance someone can bring the V into a new area. The concern really is how people travel, Lednicki said. Years ago, when travel was more restricted, you didn't see unusual pathogens traveling. We'll just call him Nikki. Nikki hopes that U.S. can learn from the Sicky Vicky and take on a more proactive approach versus a reactive one. There are going to be more emergent pathogens, he said. It seems like history repeats itself because we're unprepared. Now, remember, in all of these articles they push information, they push disinformation, but they also push damage control. Don't worry. Once again, we're going to keep an eye on this because I heard it once, heard it twice, and now I'm seeing it again. So we're going to see what are India's reports on this. All right, and if any other countries start saying that they're seeing cases of this or whatever that may be, then we're gonna see what they're gonna say then. But nonetheless, we understand that according to prophecy, this is all happening by the will of the Heavenly Father Yahweh in the name of His Son Yahweh Shai. Okay, as you have these earthquakes, you having pestilences, you having famines, which are soon to be hitting on a high level. All right, so these are all signs of the end of the world. Matthew 24 and Luke 21. These are all signs of the end of this age, the end of this eon. Okay, this place is on its way out. So you either board the ship of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, or you're gonna go out with this place. Okay. So with that, just wanted to bring that out there, inform the sheep. Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect. And in closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rachak Wadash. Until next time, Shalom.